Hello, my sweetest friends. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I have another story for you. It comes from my own past. I don't know, it's probably about 5, 6 years ago. A friend of mine had a migraine. And I feel bad for you, oh, he's in the dark, da da da. And, I'd never experienced a migraine myself. And so, but he looked like he was really hurting. So I was like, I feel really bad for you. And after a few hours went by and whatnot, I was kind of like, all right, man, like, come on, like it's a headache, like let's move on, let's go. And I think I came to the conclusion, right? Like it can't be so bad, right? This is what my feelings were because I had never experienced a migraine. So I let it go. I just had those kind of like judgment myself, my own judgmental parts kind of came up there. And then like the next day, I had this splitting headache, like right behind my eye. And it felt like somebody was taking a pencil and pushing it in the back of my eye, a sharp pencil. And I was like, oh my goodness, I went into a dark room, closed my eyes, and I'm just like, oh, just throbbing. And I'm just like, took Tylenol, Advil, it didn't work. It was a horrible, horrible experience. And I woke up, I fell asleep, I woke up and I was like, and it was gone. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, Hashem. Thank you so much for letting that go away. And then it came to me, I was like, this is what he must have felt like. It must feel like this. I was like, I wonder, and so I talked to him, I asked him, and he said, yeah, similar. And ultimately I came to the place of, there is no greater teacher than experience. I felt bad for him. I had a little bit of compassion for him, but ultimately I had some judgment towards him as well. Like, come on, figure it out. Like, it's just a little bit of pain. But no, once I experienced it for myself, I was like, oh man, that's miserable. I don't wish that on anybody. I feel bad for anybody who has any level of migraine headaches because they are just so painful. But had I never had that experience, I don't know that I could have ever been able to really empathize with a person until I did. And now that I have, it's definitely given me a greater level of empathy, of compassion for people who suffer with that. And so I guess I just want to send a lot of love out to those who have migraines or other physical ailments that other people are judgmental towards. And I'm just hoping that you'll continue to have a refuah shalema. You should have a complete healing, and that people will look with more kind eyes towards your delicate situation. And if you are someone who has not experienced that, thank God that you haven't, and then see what you can do to be as compassionate as possible to those who are suffering from pain that you might not be able to see or that you might not have experienced. Wishing you all a beautiful day. Take care of yourselves and take care of others.